Yo, what's up, my friends? I'm going to be talking quieter today. You better believe that because I don't want to get slapped upside the head. My wife is doing interviews today. She's working from home for a few days. This will be kind of the scenario this week as I have the kids monitor on right now while I'm being daddy and have to do it through the normal time of nap, rest time, while the wifey is doing interviews that she can't walk away from. So, I'm going to be talking quieter. I hope it sounds good. You guys let me know if I'm not loud enough. I'll maybe move the mic closer or something or turn it up. I don't know. You guys let me know how I sound in chat if you can do that for me this morning. And let's get after it. So, interesting night last night. We had, we had the higher owned expensive players as the fades. And you saw that in the coaches' cores. You saw Steph Curry, I believe, showed up 3 out of 4 coaches or 2 out of 3 coaches. And you saw Dejounte Murray show up in 2 out of 3 coaches' core GPP picks last night. And the reason being, and I'm assuming each coach, myself, I chose, I think, Curry on Fanduel and maybe Murray on Draftkings, is because of the ownership levels and the price point pivot. If you knew that KD and PG-13 were going to be the chalkier players, I was just looking at a similar price point, half the ownership, a fraction of the ownership in Steph Curry, and a similar upside. And on top of that, he's running hot. I mean, this guy's not, look at how many freaking threes he's hitting lately. It's crazy. So, Curry made mine, and it worked well. And Dejounte Murray made my, I think, Draftkings course, and that worked out well too. So you looked at it again last night. We've talked about this in the past. If you had just run out optimal crunches last night, you would have had a fair amount of PG-13, a little bit of D Mitch, a little bit of Harden, a little bit of KD, but no Curry and no Dejounte. And that's going to happen when you have, median projections here. You're going to have to do some work in it. So if you looked at the cores last night and you're like, wow, Curry is getting, picked by multiple coaches. So maybe you give him a thumb. Murray by multiple coaches, he's getting a thumb. You know who I didn't see in a single coach's core? Harden, Durant. I think PG-13 made one, and Mitchell was in mine, maybe on DraftKings. So you do something like that. So all I did is thumb down the 2 guys who did not show up in a single coach's core, and they're expensive. Give a thumb up to these guys. Look, I didn't get any Dejounte, so I'm going to give him another thumb. 2 coaches say he's a crucial play, so go ahead. So a simple thumb down, thumb down. Here's multiple coaches saying Curry and Dejounte are the plays. All right. And then check it out. Hot dang. So we see this often. It's like, people ask all the time, donuts, like, what do you do to differentiate in your pool? So how do you trim your player pool down? How do you use the cores? How do you make your pivots? Man, it is. And like, people, they're thinking I'm trimming my pool. Like they always ask me after a big photo win, right? Like I won, I don't know. I think I've withdrawn like, what are we up to? 16.5K since October 26th. I've withdrawn $16,500. It's been phenomenal. It's the best like 20-day stretch I've had in probably of the year, to be honest. And every single time I post these photos, people ask the same thing. Well, how did you pick your player pool? Fam, my player pool is right here. The 135 people on the slate, 135 people in my pool. I don't trim it. I don't trim it at all. This is what I do. That's literally it. Now, last night, I think I had thumbed up like Devin Vassell. I thumbed up Murray. I thumbed up D Mitch, Curry, and maybe Tobias Harris. And because Tobias Harris didn't have a good night, scored 29, D Mitch was in mine as well. He only scored 25. That hurt. It sunk my lineups, right? But if, as I saw members talking about it in chat, if you literally just looked at the cores last night and you're like, well, okay, I didn't see any KD and Harden, down. Curry's the only guy that showed up 2 or more times with Dejounte. So Dejounte and Curry, the only 2 players that showed up in multiple cores from the coaches on the site. Okay, so give them a thumb. Make sure you get some exposure there. And then even if you gave a thumb up to each of the other core picks, it's Draymond, Reggie, Keldon was mine. Thad Young was mine. Trying to remember what else we had. Devin Vassell was mine. Bruce Brown was in there. I think that's it. That's our list from last night. You just give them thumbs up. Look at that. You would have had a nice profitable night. Thumbs up. Give thumbs down on the 2 higher owned guys that nobody's on. Even if you leave them in there, let's see what happens. Shoot, I bet this is profitable. Look at that, it's profitable. Like a thumb on every single coach's core pick last night. Let's see if we just did one thumb on Deontay. See, we're not getting any Deontay. 14. So what would we do here? We're going to have to give him 2, and then maybe you're like, well, I had to do so much. Maybe I'll cap him at 25%. All right, just about break even. So we talk about this all the time on DraftKings. It takes quite a bit of tinkering, but it's not as much as you think. And people continue to bring it up in chat. They're like, "What do you do?" I've been running, pure optimal on DraftKings. No, you can do that on FanDuel. You're going to win a fair amount of times by the end of the season, 75, 80%, I would imagine, just guessing. But if we're talking DraftKings, I mean, it takes a little bit of tinkering. It doesn't take as much as you think. Now, we talked about this today I mentioned I was going to cover 2 things today, going into groups and also on Super Draft. So let's do that with tonight's slate, though. So we're looking at DraftKings for main slate. I'm also going to show you a little bit on Super Draft. We have a nice sizable slate to use. All right. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Rojo. Hit that like button for us, would you? If you guys are watching the stream, free content right here for you. Go ahead and hit that like button. Yeah, check it out. I mean, that's kind of what I was just showing live as well. He said, dang, I just ran a rewind with the 2 thumbs down for each Durant and Harden with thumbs up for the cores. Smash. Looks like all 20 would have cashed. You would have absolutely went bonkers. Imagine running that out for 150 lineups now. You know what I mean? If that were a 150 max, oh, fam, you're taking something down last night. Absolutely. You are absolutely winning something last night. Thumbs up on cores, thumbs down on those 2 at the top so that you make sure your cores get in there. Boom. It's easy, but it's not an easy button. There's no easy button, but the concept of how to do this is easy. The execution of it can be a little bit tricky because you need to be able to identify those guys that you're trying to make sure you thumb down to make sure you get exposure to others. How do you find that? Here's how. You literally just crunch. And then when you're looking at what happens with your projections, you're like, oh, wow, look at this. Every single lineup has Giannis in it, basically. But I'm looking to get exposure to, I don't know, LaMelo tonight. It's like, okay, point guard. No, let's do a better example. Let's do KD here. So let's say tonight you're like, oh, bounce back spot. Give me KD, baby. Well, this is not going to work here. He's 12-5, power forward. He's got power forward eligibility. So they're both going to share the power forward spot, the forward spot, and the utility spot in your lineups. Giannis likely going to show up in your utility spot. Looks like a 10:30 game. So if you want exposure here, little things like this, bang, bang. Let's see if it changes. Okay, so I recrunched. Did I get exposure there? Nope. Let's give another thumb up. There you go. Now you're getting exposure to KD. And if you're looking at it and you're like, well, I don't want 100%, what are you comfortable with? 50? And cap him. There. Redid it. Now he's at 50. Exposure goes elsewhere. All right. Let's load our projections up for tonight. What's up, Mills? Good to see you. What's up, Gore? Good to see you, brother. I'm going to grab the projections, upload them into FC. Appreciate y'all for being here today in the earlier start time. Thank you very much. Thanks for hitting the like button, too. All right. DraftKings projections. We'll grab Super Draft for tonight as well. Bang, bang, bang. Let's upload Super Draft real quick. Upload Super Draft. Skip. Bang, bang. Bing, bang, boom. Here's my projections. They're already multiplied, so I just use my projections there. We'll use 100 for the example today. All right, let's go back to DraftKings. Upload data, upload file. We're looking at tonight's main slate. We got a nice, healthy 11-game slate, I believe. All right, pretty simple, right? 11 gamer. Yeah, let's go. I like this. Okay, so first thing I always like to do here, I got to be quiet. Mills, anybody who just showed up, my wife's doing interviews in the other room. Check this out. Rise or fall projections. Kind of something we've talked about in the past. When you have all of these studs up here. Look at this. Look at our exposure. I love it because you know who wins tournaments? It's this range. It's the 6 to 9K range where you have mispriced players everywhere. Guys in smash spots. Christian Wood against OKC can't stop a nosebleed in the paint. Wood could dominate tonight. 15 rebound game, something crazy. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, no doubt, man. I just gotta be quiet. I just have to be quiet. No, I'm totally excited. Don't you sweat that. Oh, Aiton's back. That's right. He came back the other day. Came back and went ham. Okay, boy. I see you. I like Aiton's game. Oh, that's right. We have no Doncic tonight, I believe. No Luca, no Bron, no Zion, no Jalen, no Vooch, no Irving. Mobley's out. Allen is also out. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He was. Oh, Kevin Love is back. Markkanen is. Okay, hold up. Let's look at Cleveland. Dean Wade's about to get 80 minutes if these guys miss. Wow, it's going to be a really short rotation out there in Cleveland. CD Osman's going to play some minutes. Okoro got some minutes last game. All right, let's check this out. Dean Wade is 3-2. 35 empty minutes. This guy's such an empty minute player. Where are these guys? Cleveland. Lauri Markkanen. All right, so we're going to have to look at news tonight for Markkanen. Expected to return tonight. All right, he's going to be on some type of minutes cap, and he's already 5'3". He's out of play. All right, anyways, I got sidetracked. Two things I wanted to look at today. Groups. So this is a great day for it, to be honest. I think bracketing groups, clutch, super clutch on a slate like this. So I'm looking at doing something along the lines of this. I would take all these 9K players, all right, and put them in here in a big group. Oh, by the way, you can do it quicker here. Click this arrow button, click add selected, create new group. There we go. So you could say use at least one, whatever rule you want. So I'm going to say exactly one. Or no, actually, I'm going to do at most one. Okay. So we'll have at most one player from this group tonight. All right. Now, people asked me the other night if I thought there was some validity to simply sorting by value and not really worrying about that like 4K and under price tag and just doing something like this, grabbing like the top 15 or 20. And then you add them to a group. This is a fine idea. I've never done it. That's all. You say at least two. All right. And then I'm not trying to like tinker my entire player pool away. You know what I mean? So once I've created those two groups, if I were to crunch, we can take a peek at where the projections are taking us. We also throw this on 3 uniques. You guys like 3 uniques. I'm a 1 unique player, but I've always been intrigued when we have these larger slates like this with a bunch of players. I do like 3 uniques a lot more because it spreads out your exposure a little bit, and you're going to want some pieces all over the place tonight. D'Lo keeps chucking the ball. Porzingis is going to be uber chalk tonight, and rightfully so. He's just mispriced. I think this is good chalk. I mean, barring an injury, you're looking at a guy who should be 9K, and you're going to get him without Doncic, where we've seen him explode in the past. I mean, look at Porzingis' price tag last year. Look at where you're paying for him, 9K. He's been 10 before. It's been a minute. 9,600. Did I make up that 10K price tag? Has he been playing this long? I mean, you could basically, I was just quickly kind of glancing at this. All the times he shoots over 20 shots. Goodness gracious. 53, 62, 55, 59. Here's 22 shots, 47, 56. Like, who else is going to shoot the ball tonight? Timothy Hardaway Jr. Here's a 21 shot night, 51 points, 19 shots, 63, 20 shots, 44. Like, he's just 24 shots, 48, 20 shots, 52, 26 shots, 70 points. Look at these 20 shot games, 19 through 21 shots, 62, 66, 75, 49. Look at all the 20 shot games. What a stat this would be. 56, 59, and 60. 3 20 shot games in a row. A couple 19 shot games, 3 of them. He scored 53, 51, 54. Another 21 shot, 51. Every single time he's taken 20 shots, he scored over 50, dating back to November of 2019, where he put up a clunker of a night at 45 points. That's nuts. Anyways, that's, a guy like Porzingis is just, that's good chalk to me, man. That's just good chalk. Like, I'm not going to get off of that. If D'Lo ends up being slammed into your projections, that might be one that you can probably try to pivot off of. D'Lo, kind of ceiling we looking at these days with Anthony Edwards around and Cat. There's just only so many shots. Like, he can shoot it 21 times. He doesn't pad the peripherals very much. We're kind of seeing what he is at this point. He'll go for 52 every once in a while, but this is it. He's a fine cash option. But where are the pivots tonight? I don't know. Maybe Drew. Maybe Tyler Hero if Butler's out again. Horford against Atlanta. Minutes uncapped again. Capella against Boston. He could probably feast in this matchup. So I'd look for like a price point pivot there. All right, so the next thing I'd want to do, Jalen Brunson, sure. Yeah, Brunson, THJ, these guys are all going to get minutes tonight. No doubt. There's no doubt about it. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Yo, Scraz, let me not bury the lead on you, bro. Where you at, buddy? Don't even try to hide. Where are you? Look at all the wins we had last night. It's crazy. 1,000, 1,500 by Sharks. Here he is, Scrosby. Big 20K. 3 bullets into the fadeaway. 3 bullets. Took third. Beast. 3 entries. Oh, you just ran it across. Hot shot. Did well in the mini. 4-point play you smashed. This mini you smashed. Sprinkle all of that dust on us, would you? Phantom. My boy Matt here. I saw you. I saw you in chat, buddy. 1K. Comma Club. Comma Club everywhere last night. Won the mini max. Okay. Let's go. Didn't see that. Get it, CG. Ooh, Swingman. Can't help myself. I'm like slightly listening. Horford Revenge Night. Yeah, it should be interesting. I like Horford a lot. Again, we're still just kind of looking off those pivots at that 7K range, right? You're not really getting off of Porzingis. I personally will not be, but like I like D'Lo. Yeah, I'd probably do something like that. There's just so many options. Look at the studs tonight. We already talked about setting up a group, right, for all these higher expensive guys. Nobody's really super chalky at the expensive range, the 9K plus stud range. We've talked about this in the past. Like that range, usually you don't want multiples there. I don't think it really matters as much tonight. I don't think you'll get much exposure here, no matter what you do with your groups. And if you're like a little overweight on somebody, who cares? I think it's fine. Nobody's like super expensive or highly owned. Like DeMar DeRozan, the first double-digit projected guy. Goodness. Tucker's up to 4,800. Let me look at that real quick, actually. Do we have some pivots at that spot? Well, Duncan Robinson, if Butler misses. Lou Dort. I mean, that's another one to me, right? You got a guy that's going to be a little bit higher owned. There's other fine options in the area around him. Maybe a bit more volatile, but fits the mold. Kobe White's playing tonight. Let's go. Terrible start. Tyrese Halliburton. Like, there's your pivot off of Jalen Brunson. Listen, it's not like Brunson's going to play more minutes or take more shots. You know, like this type of game, 35 minutes, 15 shots, like that's going to be like what you're getting out of Brunson tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Timothy Hardaway Jr., similar, right? He's already playing mid-30s, taking 15, 16 shots. Like, these pivots are going to be crucial tonight. Cade Cunningham finally showing off some of that ceiling. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I'm just like, the chalk is different tonight. It's not all the way at the top of the pricing. It's in the mid. It's in the mid tier. 4K, the 5K, the 6K range. There. Look at all these high double-digit projected ownerships. So if your projections, like ours right now, are putting you on some of these chalkier players, you're going to have to find ways to be different. You know, Rubio there. Okay. Pivot to Lonzo. Here's how you can do this. Bang, bang. All right. What else do we have? Let's see. So we're on Chalky Ayton tonight at center. Well, we'll come back to that. Oh, yeah. Here's the range. All right. So Brunson, thumb down. Kyle's minutes are down. Oh, yeah. Levert's back. Let's see here. Halliburton, give him a thumb up. Get some exposure to him. Cade Cunningham, give him a thumb up. THJ, let's see. Who could we pivot to here? Gosh, I hate pivoting to Marcus Smart. Josh Hart. $4,800. Now watch how the exposures change on all these guys. You ready for it? All right, let's get Dort. Duncan Robinson. And we'll thumb down THT here. So where you see these thumbs down on these chalkier players, our projections are also going to slam in. They're chalky for a reason. They're very optimal tonight. Appreciate that, Sharks. Nice hit last night, my man. Big shout out to all the coaches and the boss himself for just continuing to crush all sports. Members keep winning. Yeah, it's been pretty exciting, man. It's been quite the month, I'd say. Now watch. I'm going to recrunch. We'll go look at all these thumbs, and we'll look at my pivots. DFS is hard, but it's easier than you think. Such a weird thing to say, but it is. Look, little changes. There's little moves. Off Rubio, move to ball. Look at that. I looked for similar positions, similar price points, similar median projection, and I just went with the guy who's lower owned. Now, you want to know if you have a good projection set? Very simple. Your optimal route each night, if you were to sort by like projected ownership, will often have, if you have good projections here, will often have your highest exposures, because it's just saying, well, the most optimal route to victory tonight is going to be the chalkier players. So our projections should reflect that because of Who knows? Injuries, shortened rotation, pace up spot, implied team total. Someone's hot, someone's out, someone's getting a spot start, good matchup, DVP. All these reasons that contribute to a projection being solid and giving you a high points per dollar, which is the value column, will lead to the industry saying these players are going to be higher owned. And you can see our projections are slamming them all in. That's really good. And you wonder why we just win everything in NBA and all our members win everything. But the key here, when you do this, is to make little changes. Trying to win a tournament, most likely not winning a tournament on DraftKings by just going optimal and just having your highest exposure to this group. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Can you have some exposure? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't have this stuff here, but you're looking for little ways to change everything. So we're going to sort again by the salary. We'll take a peek. How'd my price point pivots do? Rubio went to ball. Let's see what else we have. Brunson still at 80. So I might even have to, number one, give him another thumb down, or number two, just lower his projection. Hardaway down. Look, Josh Hart. His exposure moved to Josh Hart. Okay. Duncan Robinson didn't get any. Let's see. THT got 14%. Dort finally got some exposure. Where did THT's exposure go? That's the question. You just got to follow the trail. Like, where's the exposure? CD down here, maybe? Me too. 3,800 still? Mitch Robinson. Oh, Cade. That's who I was wondering where all that exposure went. I bet THT. So simply just lowering THT's exposure, which was what, 50 something percent? We give him a thumb down. Same thing for Timothy Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson. Exposure got moved to Josh Hart, Lou Dort. A ton went to, well, we got a bunch on Halliburton now. Cade Cunningham, 54. And like, if you're still on Brunson there and you don't want that, give a quick thumb down again. Now watch. I bet you he goes lower. Yep. And then watch who else goes higher. Look, Cade's up higher now. Halliburton has more. Lonzo shot way up. So we're having different types of construction now in our lineups. Yeah, we have more exposure now up in this range too. So like the entire structure of how our lineups were built tonight changed just now dramatically. Little changes. Now are super overweight on Osman. It went more like studs and duds. Caruso picked up some more percentage points, which I'm okay with. Not going to be many games. He only takes one shot. I mean, that happens basically because DeRozan was just going bonkers. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about that in the beginning of the show, CG, that like if you looked at our coach's GPP cores last night, who were the only two names that showed up multiple times in our GPP picks? Did you see? I went back and looked on our Google sheet. Steph Curry, Dejounte Murray. You had to go out of your way to choose them. Why do we choose them? Well, the exact thing I'm showing everyone right now in today's stream. Simple price point pivots to the lower owned guy with a very similar median projection. Let me say that one more time. Simple price point pivots to the lower owned guy with a similar median projection. That's it. And last night, that's what we did with Steph Curry and Dejounte Murray. And that's why a billion members won a lot of money. I think there's been over 20 people over the last two nights that have been in the ROF Comma Club on Twitter, over $1,000 in winnings. Keep it simple, my friends. Hey, let's look at Super Draft real quick. Wow, we're already half hour. I hope I'm not too loud for my wife. If you're watching today's stream, no one even told me how I sound, by the way. It's like a super draft. All right, so how'd I sound, Miller? Super quiet with low energy. That's right. Let me move my mic closer. All right, so check this out. On super draft, my friends, basically the key to putting together like a winning, I don't even know if I want to call it a player pool because I don't trim my player pool per se. But what I'm doing is I'm just weighing the probability of going off. And I'm not going to lie. There's a fair amount of game log watching that has always gone into my super draft approach, specific only to super draft. All right. Like a guy like LaMelo at a 1.2 multiplier, which is nothing special. You can compare and see, well, look, he's been a 1.2 for a long time. These scores of a 45 are not going to sink your night. They're not going to help you too much, but they're not going to ruin you. Okay. They just won't. You're not going to look at this line and be like, well, I lost money tonight because of LaMelo if he scores a 48. But you know what you can do? You'll look at this and say, I won money tonight because of LaMelo. All right. So if I see something like this, where like literally this is the entire season, was this first regular season game, 72-50. Here's a dumpster. That's a bad one. Real good average game, dumpster, right? So shaky to begin. But since then, I mean, 9 games, I'd say 1 game that maybe is just semi-hurtful, but not really. So when I see somebody like that way down here, and if I were to crunch out 100 projected lineups right now, look at my exposure to LaMelo. It's going to be super low, right? I don't like that. So a guy like LaMelo, which by the way, you also have to look at the guys above you. So let's take a peek. Cole Anthony, 135. All right. Now you can see as GPP winning upside. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But you know what? He's a bit more volatile as well. So we'll think about him. We'll come back. Zach Levine, 125. Now, does he have tournament winning upside this year? I just don't think so in the construct of this offense with DeRozan there as well. Not at 125. He's already playing 34, 38 minutes, taking 27, 22 shots. That's a ton. And here's what's happening. Okay. So, like these two guys, I'm switching them. How do I switch them? Let me let you in on a little secret. LaMelo, 52.57. Well, check this out. 53.32. I'm just going to switch them. Notes. Ain't that hard. There you go. Look at that. LaMelo. Now he's here. All right, let's take a peek at Harden at 1.05. Look at this. Okay, 170-point game. Look at the whole season. Do we have injuries on this team that are really going to matter to him? Not really. Okay, guess who's getting bumped down? Deuces, bro. You're going down here, way down here. Harden could go nuclear tonight. It could be the first time in 12 games. So what? I don't care. Trae Young at 115. He's okay. Tyler Hero at 1.5. If no Jimmy Butler, yeah, he's going to be in there. I'm going to bump him up. And I literally will do this across the entire player pool. Look at Rubio. Okay. He's playing great basketball, right? He's had one good game. One. To like him, yeah, I probably want him below both Anthony and Ball. He's similar to like Zach to me. So how do I do that? Okay, I just need his projection to be down here below Cole Anthony. All right, 52.75. Put a decimal in there. Super tough, right? Josh Giddey. Well, here's an easy one. I don't care how many minutes he's playing. Best game of the season, scored 80 at 1.6. Bunch of clunkers. This will ruin my night if it doesn't go well. Look at my exposure, 20%. Deuces. Yagonzo. Anthony Edwards. That's a tricky one. He's got a 1.3. He's got a great matchup against Sacramento. Brunson, here's one I probably lower. I don't care that Doncic is out. I'll take the 52 to 55 range from Zach over the 40 to 65 from Brunson. 8 out of 10 times, Zach's going to get me 50. In this spot, maybe 5 out of 10 times, Brunson gets me 50. So he goes down here below someone like SGA, who can go nuclear sometimes. And Cade, as my highest projected, I'm going to have so much exposure to. You know what? I don't think it's anything better or worse than like these guys. They seem to have better ceilings and have a better probability of getting there. So I lower him. And like LaMelo, even though he started way down here as like my 9th or 10th projected, watch this. I crunch now. Look who I have the most exposure to. Well, Anthony Edwards still. I guess he has higher projection. But look, LaMelo went from what? 5% up to 42. And so on and so forth. That's it. I literally just showed you what I do on SuperDraft for 2 years. $46,000 on my 1099 last year for SuperDraft. And that's it. I literally just showed you. You have the power to do this too. It starts with a good projection set and you just go from there. Weigh the probabilities. Now, I would say this for a lot of you people out there. I'm going to be honest. What I just showed you probably made a lot of sense, but it's not as easy as you think it is. I didn't used to be able to do something like this, like weigh probabilities, potentials, things like that. But you know what can help you all out? The Study Hub. Click Super Draft. You got all this stuff over here to do your work. Check this out. You could legitimately use this tab, sort by 50. What's the Sim Metals chance that they score 50 points today? And here you go. You want to make a pool? Maybe make a pool. You're not going to want to use them all, but maybe make a pool of the higher probable players at whatever range you're looking for. And they're going to change because some people have a higher chance of getting a higher score, but they're also super volatile, so their 50 point will be lower, like this. Like Giannis, one of the best probabilities of getting a 60 point or 70 point tonight. Look, he's one of the only double-digit people. But you know that 50 pointer? Well, he has those games sometimes. Highest ceiling. But there might be other guys because of their multiplier that have a higher probability of hitting 50. So this Sims model here, you guys can use this. Porzingis, we know, without Doncic tonight. Yeah, of course, he's going to go freaking nuclear. Likely. You care about usage and all that stuff for this? No, you don't. You don't. Trust me, you don't. Not for Super Draft. Here's their last 5 games fantasy point trends. Hey, look at this. Look at some of the names we were talking about. Rubio, Anthony, LaMelo. I've already talked about Porzingis today. You guys want to? Yeah, you're welcome, Aaron. Happy to help, man. The heck, I spread the wealth, man. I've made enough money through playing DFS and now through leaving teaching and doing full-time Res or Fall stuff and Sparry. It's like, let me just spread the wealth, man. Let me help y'all out. I sent the tweet out yesterday. You guys apparently really like that. Where I said that, yeah, I won another 5K. It was a great night. Super happy, right? Had a good talk with my wife in the morning. Was feeling good about it. I'm like, babe, it's been a really good season. We're up to 16.5K withdrawn. It's been a tremendous since October 26th. What was that, like 20 days? But look at this. And I'm scrolling through the winners channel. 50 photos from members, which is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. There's 1,000 members in Discord. There are so many people that just don't post. So the fact that 50 people posted out of probably a couple hundred super active people, that is a large portion of the community winning money. With a dozen plus winning over $1,000. And then today, so we were looking at that yesterday morning together. It was really cool. And then today, I wake up and I see the winners channel again. That's another 7-8 people over $1,000. $20,000 hit from Scrosby. $26,000 hit from Rob on Tuesday. Like that. Shoot. So I see this stuff, and it's just more incentive for me to just continue to just give this all away. To just give it away. Why the heck not? That is life-changing money for people. Like, if I can be a part of that or help contribute to that, there's serious intrinsic value there for me. Yo, what's up, MVP Eric? Congratulations, my man. Second daughter was born over the weekend. Dude, first stream and catching this week. I can't believe you even showed up, my man. Yo, congratulations, man. That's freaking wild. Yeah, you're welcome. I saw your message. I know you're asking for super draft. I think that'll help you guys immensely. And you guys can do this on your own a little bit too, by if you were to just crunch and then you're looking at this and you don't feel confident changing projections. Well, every time you give a thumb up, you are increasing by 8% or decreasing by 8%. So if you're like, no, I need more Bobby Portis at 1.55. All right, well, you could do that. You just give them more this way. 8% increase. Look, crazy high exposure now. Just be careful about what you're doing. Hey, Rojo, didn't post your winning. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was trying to allude to. We had, we're talking probably our last 2 nights, 75, 80 people posting, 20 of them over $1,000 in winnings in Discord. But my point of that is that if that many people are posting, there's probably so many more winners also not posting. It's just not. Not everybody feels comfortable doing it, whatever. All right, I got to go, guys. I can feel myself getting louder. I'll be doing this quiet stream here for next 2 days while she's doing the interviews. You'll get me back on webcam Sunday morning for the Week 11 NFL slate, though. I promise you that. We got 69 people watching today. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button on your way out. It seems like you guys like what's going on today. Super happy about that. Love being able to help people out. This stuff makes me so... I love that thing. This stuff makes me so happy. I love doing this. Got a big night tonight. Big night tonight. It's money-making night. Sweet slates. Nice sizes. Great contests. Let's go look at some contests before I go. We'll go look at each site. Let me delete these groups so when I start my work tonight, start fresh. Reset likes, dislikes. Remove projections. All right, let's go look. We'll go look together. We'll go Yahoo all the way to SuperDraft. So you guys see what I'm in. I'm in the baller, fast break. So the 10, the 7, the 1, and the 3. I just MME it, guys. I throw in like 100 or so entries. Kind of spread my lineups out. Let's see what we got here. I saw somebody take like second place in this. Or the $25, was it? Where's the 25? Right here. These are great single entry. If you're not familiar with Yahoo, I think these are really good ones. like the $50 single entry, $25 single entry, $7 single entry. Well, that's looks like what, 3 max? 2 max? 2 max. Those are fine. Yo, what's up, Real King? You guys who are trying to practice MME, just have fun down here. $5. If you can't do that, practice here. $2. Practice your MME. Nice 50-cent contest, a little bit smaller than usual. This is a tough one. This $20 20 entry 59K, that ain't it for you bankroll builders. That's not it. You wait until later when there's another $1 that's 3,000 entries instead. That's the way, baby. $2 mini max, that ain't bad at all, man. I might play that with y'all tonight. Oops, I click here. Tournaments. All right, standard 20 entry nickel or 150 nickel, 20 entry fadeaway. Fortunately, it's not 150 tonight. That 25-cent 150 was so nice. We all made so much money that night. The 222 still capped at 20 entries, unfortunately. Killing me over here. And then I'm doing a 20 max across. I'm going to do my best 20 lineups I can create. I threw 20 into the 5, the 2, the 25, and the 5 cent. And depending how they look and if there's entries here, it looks like this is going to close up soon. I might do 20 and then a layup as well. You single entry players, I mean, if you're choosing between this and this is the answer most likely if you're bankroll building. Same here, $25 over this large one, 25 against 46 lineups. Let me do something real quick, actually. So it looks like we took down the charge yesterday, right? With projections 2 nights ago. Look at Fanduel yesterday. Wanted to see. Make sure I have the optimal projections here. This is last night. So on, what's today, Wednesday? On Monday night, 3 max optimal took down the $65 charge. Let's look at last night. Awful. The exact opposite. $280, is that good? Yeah, that's the cash line. Now, what if we did what the course said to do? Sum up these two baddies, Deontay and Curry. And it does not change too much. Oh, we didn't get Deontay. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now we got exposure to both. Man, it doesn't change too much. No. Looks like you had to do quite a bit of tinkering here last night on FanDuel. 296, that's up there. Well, if you had a tough night on FanDuel, hey, don't feel bad about it. The 3 max 65 charge, 317 winner. All right, I gotta go. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Hit that like button on your way out for me, all right? That's super helpful. We're up to 37 likes. We've had 60 or so watching all day. I will see you in... Oh, dang, Mike. Let's go, man. Congrats. Nice hit. 722 profit. All right. I'll catch you guys Thursday. All right. I'll try. To be honest, Thursday, guys, I probably have to do another like 12:45 start. I got to start a little bit before the interviews begin. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Good luck tonight. I'll post my cores around like 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you are just checking us out for the first time, down below in the description section, go ahead and grab the link, Team Reservoir subscribe now link. And after you get signed up, make sure you use your $20 voucher to Fancy Cruncher and come start banging away in MME, single entry, 3 max, whatever. We got your back, baby. Fortune favors the bold. I'll see you later.